Afternoon, good evening, Fabulites. This is Angela, and we're trying again to go live with notes on the newsfeed as per the suggestion of poetry. So go on over to her channel, My Twisted Life with Poetry TV, My Twisted Life TV with Poetry. Google Twisted Life Poetry, LYF Poetry, all of that. Not Google, but search in this YouTube search engine and you'll find it. Okay, so anyway, we're going live. I'm Angela. The channel is Be Fabulous You. Thank you so much for clicking on the video. If you're clicking on later, nobody's on here with me now, but if you come on, you know, so we're just going to do our regular thing. This is where Notes on the News is where I read to you headlines from my news feed, because who has time to keep up with everything that's going on with the news? But we do want to be somewhat semi-aware of what's going on, right? Just a little bit. So we may not have time to read the whole article. We may just have time to read the headline. We may have time to read the paragraph following the headline. But we trying, y'all. We trying. So we going to try together. And I'm going to share with you any commentary and any thought that I have about the article if I feel like sharing. Hi, whoever you are. I can't tell in my thing what's going on. So let us proceed. If you're not a subscriber, go ahead and subscribe. We're working on 1,000 subscribers, and you could be one of the 1,000 subscribers. Whoop whoop. We're working on 1,000. We're working on 1,000. Okay, so let us proceed with the notes on the news. A man found a United plane ticket from 19 years ago under his bed, and the airline is letting him use it. He had a ticket under his bed for 19 years. I wonder what else is under his bed, first of all. But second, thank you for the like. But the second thing is it actually was not a ticket. It was a voucher. And the voucher said on the voucher from United Airlines, it said this voucher never expires. Now, 8 years ago, they stopped doing that. They stopped doing these never expiring vouchers. And so they went ahead and honored it. And I'm like, of course you honored it. You should have honored it, because when you gave him the voucher 19 years ago, you gave it to him with your word that you would honor it and that it never expired. So I don't even know why that's a story, but the fact that it's a story is a story. So, so I thought that was interesting. I clicked on it because I'm like, he had a ticket under his bed from 19 years and they let him use it. I'm thinking it was like, you're going to South Africa on January 3rd. And, you know, then 20 years later, you're like, here's my ticket. They're not going to let you do that. But a voucher is different. 1 month after diversity training, GWU, that's George Washington University, sorority members post racist Snapchat. I'm 1/16th black. I don't really know what the Snapchat was. I've looked at this article twice and I can't really figure out, you know, exactly what the issue is. But people over at George Washington University, the black folks, it seems some of us are upset about it. So, you know, what was significant to me about it is that I had developed this theory around Martin Luther King Day this year, that around Martin Luther King Day and things related to black people, that, you know, the right racists start doing white racist things like more virulently, more abundantly, more, you know, out there. And I'm like, dang, they haven't died down yet. And I knew it was Black History Month, but I hadn't made the connection. But I did see in the article, they like, and this is how we have to start off Black History Month. Welcome to America. Now I'm live, and so my next door neighbor dogs are barking. I hope you can hear me over it, but we just gonna keep it moving. India principal puts students through trial by fire. The principal felt that one student had stolen money from another student. So she took these two students and she made them put their hand in fire, because her theory is that the person who was guilty would be like, I can't put my hand in the fire, I confess. What kind of educational system y'all got going on? It ain't, I mean, it's crazy people all over the place. But that sounds really like a bad plan to me, teacher, principal, whoever you are. That's not a good plan. France helicopter crash. 5 killed as 2 Army aircraft collide. So there were 3 military people in one aircraft, one helicopter. There were 2 in another helicopter. The helicopters collided. We don't know how. We don't know why. I'm like, how they collide and how does this happen? What's going on? What a on? They collided, crash, and that's the end of the story. So the people have made their transition. I don't know what happened, but rest in peace to those 5 people who passed away, to their families, the communities that they were connected to, and to all of us in the world. We can use peace, right? Yes. Okay, 90 feared drowned off Libya coast. I mean, this Libya coast is just hot. It's a lot going on, not just on the coast, but in Libya these days. That's where the Africans were being enslaved. I guess, that we knew of, that got a lot of attention. But I'm not sure. I didn't click on the article, so I don't know why 90 are feared drowned. I get the impression that people are constantly, in the same way that we used to hear about Haitians, traveling in boats trying to get out of Haiti. It seems that we hear about a lot of people around Libya in big boats, big groups of people. So, lots of strength and love and support to those people. Anybody who feel like they have to get up out of their home, get up out of where they're living, and just go out into the world, not as an adventure, because I've been out in the world as an adventure. That's fun. That's great. Hi, welcome. That's fun. That's great. But as a or welcome back, because I heard sometimes people drop in and out. But a lot of times when people are migrants and they getting on these crazy these situations, like not getting on a plane, or it's like they're desperate. They're in desperate situations. So just prayers and peace to all of the people who feel like they're in such a desperate situation that they have to do whatever they have to do to get to a better situation. They're trying to get to a better situation. You see how it was to be a slave? White teacher causes outrage for stepping on black children in cruel slavery lesson. Y'all, this was in the Bronx where, anyway, she stepped on 3 of the students. How does it feel to be a slave? Had them up, in the front of the room, measuring the space, talking about this is how much space you had. Black Panther star Chadwick Boseman on being called the N-word and driving by KKK rallies while filming Black Panther. Now, he said that there were KKK rallies. He lives in South Carolina. I guess they filmed in Atlanta. And he said that there would be KKK rallies in Walmart parking lots. So that's what they're doing in South Carolina. I mean, I'm coming from Mississippi. I've never seen a KKK rally in the Walmart parking lot. That seems kind of intense. Like oh, I'm just going to run in and get me some placards. I'll just run on by this KKK rally in the parking lot of Walmart. That was what was most shocking to me. But he kind of talked about the how far and different things were between the world of Wakanda, is that how you pronounce it? And, here in the present time, the Afrofuturist world, or the potential world of Africans in the reality. So, Sherry Shepard says Staples racially profiled her. She was in Staples with her girlfriend buying a notebook or something. She or her girlfriend asked to use the bathroom. The person is like, oh, the bathroom doesn't work, or something's up with the bathroom. Go to Rite Aid. She went to Rite Aid, or they went to Rite Aid, came back, asked somebody else about it. The person gave them the key. They went in, the bathroom worked and everything, and they came back out. They're like, well, what's up? Y'all said the bathroom didn't work. The bathroom works. What's up? Well, we have a policy wherein you have to be a customer. Well, why didn't you say that was your policy? I don't understand what's going on. So anyway, Sherry Shepard is putting it out there, what happened to her experience, like on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram or something. America, America. Home Depot does the easiest thing, destroys 1 million pounds of merch instead of helping victims of Virgin Island hurricanes. The U.S. Virgin Islands, I think it's like 80% black. And it's black, Puerto Rico is brown, but at the same time, the Puerto Rico has been going through its issues with the hurricanes. The U.S. Virgin Islands has been going through issues with the hurricanes. We get less attention and information, I think, about the U.S. Virgin Islands because the people are browner or blacker. I'm like, why don't we ever, I don't understand. And also, I guess it's a whole different type of colony. I guess Puerto Rico is a colony. There's this whole ownership thing the United States has of other communities, and Puerto Rico is in one category and the U.S. Virgin Islands is in another category. And I think Guam, and there's some other places. I had looked it up because I'm like, we still got colonies? Probably like 2 or 3 years ago. I was shocked, but yes, we do. Excuse me for one moment, please. Miss Ella Rule, hush. Chillax, relax yourself, and go to your space. Go on to your space. So instead of, they felt that it would be a liability, Home Depot, because some of the merchandise might have been ruined in the hurricane and some of it hadn't been. And the way that it got out is that someone, I don't know how they saw all of this merchandise and they were like, wow, this stuff looks good. I think they're thinking Home Depot is about to donate it to the people who need it, because we need it. We need help. It's serious out here on these U.S. Virgin Island streets. And then Home Depot destroyed all of that, and they didn't want to have the liability. They said it was an insurance type liability. Silicon Valley's gender problem isn't just hurting women. It hurts anyone who uses technology. And that's the same thing with racism, sexism in general. People are like, oh, black children need to know about, black people in history. Everybody needs to know about anybody who's done anything extraordinary. It's an inspiration to us all, and it helps to form our view of the world. Miss Bella. It helps to form our view of the world in a more wholesome, holistic way, instead of this weird, crazy idea that we have that the only one who's ever done anything of value, of anything of import, is a white man, a rich white man with property and power. The rest of nobody else has ever done anything. That's ridiculous. And that's not healthy or wholesome for anybody. Okay. So the same thing with gender, it's just sprawling Mayan network discovered under Guatemala jungle. Now, I think I had seen something about this before, where there were like cities and stuff in the jungle had like grown up over them, but extensive cities. And if you read the book, I think it's called 1491. It might be called 1492, but it's like a number. And it's basically before Columbus discovered America. And it talks about, it kind of explores and has a theory or advances certain theories based on, I think, some sort of academic research in terms of what was going on in the Americas before Columbus and how thriving. I read the book and I was like shocked, because I have this impression, I've been kind of taught that it was like 8 Indians, running around with spears through their nose and bones through their nose, like hooga hooga, not doing anything productive. But this book advances the theory that there were advanced civilizations, like just lots of people, much density and a lot going on. And that, so I have seen things that sort of support this theory. And this is one of them, this sprawling Mayan network that was discovered under the jungle. Now, jungles will grow up over some stuff, but underneath it is still some stuff going on. Elizabeth Lizzie Wright, founder of Voorhees College in Denmark, South Carolina. What I found interesting about her story is it seemed like she was supposed to be leading 2 or 3 or 4 other schools that got burned down. And I was just thinking about this whole idea of burning things down, and how, there's been a tradition of burning things down. They say that at certain times, in certain places during the enslavement of Africans, some people couldn't get fire insurance because, there were a lot of fires. And I think that's part of our resistance. But I think the other way around, some people like to burn crosses on people's lawns, and some people like, to do other types of burning. Okay. John Oliver Killens, writer and activist known for politically charged novels. I'm not familiar with his work at all, but it kind of made me like, I might want to check out some of his work. South Africa gold mine, all 955 trapped workers freed. Yay, I've been following the story. And I heard they were getting them out one by one, so maybe the power came back on, or they were able to get the generators going, because the last I heard they were trying to get generators going. But yay, that's a good story. Azalea Banks inks $1 million deal. Yay! Let us all, as Miss Rock says, extend the hands of prayer for Miss Azalea, that she, can thrive and benefit and be happy and be successful. Dear White People producer makes directorial debut with Limart Park. You know anything about Limart Park? I don't know anything about it. But I did watch the Dear White People series. Did I watch the Dear? I think I watched the Dear White People movie too. What I haven't watched is She's Gotta Have It. I said after I watched the series, I was going to go back and watch the movie because it's been about 30 years since I saw the movie. And I haven't done that. Mission Chinese is a hotbed of racial discrimination, new suit alleges. Now, Mission Chinese apparently is a restaurant in New York. I didn't know anything about it, but if I get to New York, I'm staying away. The next time I get to New York, I'm staying away from Mission Chinese because they say it's a hotbed of racial discrimination. Man convicted for calling flight attendant NIGGERBITCH, threatening to blow up plane. Now, I think this is the story where the man was crushing up drugs and drinking his own alcohol, and his neighbor or somebody on the plane was like, sir, I don't think you're supposed to be doing that. And he started going off on that person, and the flight attendant got involved, and he was just like going off. He sounds like, I mean, I guess you would have to be a little or a lot cuckoo crazy to be sitting on the plane, you know, grinding up drugs and stuff and drinking your own alcohol. I mean, it's like illegal to like bring your own alcohol on the plane. I don't know. I don't drink, so I don't know. 5 migrants shot in huge Calais brawl. Now, Calais, I think, is somewhere in Spain and somewhere in Europe. I'm not sure where it is, but there's been a lot going on with, you know, with migrants throughout the world. And it seems like this was like some clash between, I can't remember. I did look at the article, but I don't remember. Black rebels meet the fearless Black female warriors of the Dahomey Kingdom. I don't know anything much about the Dahomey Kingdom. I don't know anything much about ancient African history. You know, I've read things here or there, heard a lecture here or there, but not that I've studied intensely or retained. But I love hearing about fearless female warriors because that's what some of us are, right? In our own ways. Florida to replace Confederate statue in U.S. Capitol with civil rights icon Mary McLeod Bethune. Yay! Now that's progress. That's something progressive. A man who won $1 million in the New York lottery died weeks after claiming his prize. I think this is the man who, once he won the lottery, he finally had enough money to go to the doctor. And when he went to the doctor is like, you have an illness. You don't have long. So I think that he made his transition. So rest in peace. You know, it's kind of, I guess we all have to make our transition, but it's really sad, you know, that people don't have health care. The other part of, you know, to me, the whole healthcare issue where I feel conflicted is that I kind of feel like some things can be corrected and some things can be ameliorated. Some things can be avoided by drinking water. Drink more water, by eating whole foods. Not let go of some of that processed food you're eating, by eating fresh fruits and vegetables, not like stuff that's been cooked for 20 hours or that's doused in sugar, but just eat an apple. Instead of apple pie, eat an apple. Eating more green vegetables. You know, a lot of things can be ameliorated or made better by just doing better health-wise. So I feel like a lot of times, you know, the medications that we're on and the procedures that we're having done, you know, if we had hey, Erica Thomas, how you doing? Yay, I got a chat. Just notes on the news feed. Okay. So we just need to eat better and do better. And I know that there is a linkage, a connection between pharmaceutical companies and drug companies, not pharmaceutical and food. You know, the food, we're not really even talking about real food sometimes because it's so highly processed. We can't identify it as real food. So I have mixed feelings about that, but I do feel like some basic health care is just like human. And I feel like if you're part of that system and some people feel that they deserve basic health care, like these senators and Congress people, they have health care for life. They have high quality health care, but other people don't deserve it, don't get it. You know, so I feel like I don't like that. I don't like that. Los Angeles police say a school shooting that wounded 4 children was accidental. I think this is a story we heard about yesterday with the 12-year-old girl who had shot, I think, a 16-year-old, a 15-year-old, because we were kind of trying to figure out what kind of school they were in with such a range of ages. Because, you know, I was like junior high, middle. I guess it could go from like 6th or 5th to, you know, 7th, 8th, 4th. You know, I don't know. But so they say it was accidental. I haven't really done much more research into that. But did the child accidentally have a gun at school? I don't understand. What's the accident? I mean, yeah. Something's wrong with the situation. How you going to have an accident with a gun in school? What you doing with a gun in school? Association of Talent Agents sets training program to battle sexual harassment, discrimination. South Africa gold mine rescue underway for 955 trapped workers. The article that I have this later said that those people have been rescued. Yay, again. Shanghai van hits 18 pedestrians outside Starbucks. I don't know if this was, hi, whoever just came on. I don't know if this was a, I don't know if it was a terrorist attack, if it was on purpose. I just see the headline. But 18, you walking down the street and a van runs into you. That don't sound like a pleasant situation. Hello and good day, Rowdy Chica 59. So actually I have looped back to my notes from yesterday. So I'm basically finished with all of the stories that I had today. But thank you so much for clicking on the video or clicking into the live chat. Poetry, I love your suggestion of doing this live because I have this new tablet and I'm having an issue with memory, but I think that this is going to work. We're going to see if it loads up. But that's what I got. I don't know if anybody has any comments or any questions or anything you're following with the news. I'll try not to pay too much attention to President Zero, but we know that the memo was released today. I don't really like to talk about that kind of stuff. I'm trying to think of anything in hot topics. I try not to gossip too much. But that's what I got. Today is the best day ever. You are the greatest. You are the #1 stunner. So you know what you need to do. After you subscribe, like, comment, share, and all of that other good stuff. Be you. Be fabulous. Be fabulous you. Mwah. Peace. Today is the best day ever, so enjoy it.